No, Mike, remember when that motherfucker took my iPod, bro? Says
Oh yeah, the motherfucking
Mr. Granger whole ass.
What you got, a Boost Mobile?
Yeah, bro. Alright, look. So like our high school was like hella strict when it came to like no electronics, but only to a select few. It always seemed like the football team could do whatever the fuck they want to do. But if you wasn't on the football team, or if you wasn't a little girl with a fat ass, niggas didn't give a like they didn't with you then. But if you was a like square nigga like me, give me your shit, nigga. What year was that? Where we would they would literally make us stand at the entrance, and if we beat, we have to go to the back of the line.
Bro, that was sophomore year after Brown got fucked up and
that bullshit.
All right, look. So in our high school, we had like a front entrance with hella steps and shit. And in order to enter the school, you would have to go through the metal detector and not beep. If you beep, you got to go all the way to the back of the line. Type shit.
That kind of pissed me off.
That was the dumbest shit, bro. Because I'm like, all you gotta do is search me. The fuck? They didn't give a fuck. As soon as you beep, you gotta go to the back of the line. So they was hella strict about that shit, bro.
The motherfuckers were extra sensitive too. They was picking up the metal on pencils and shit. Straight
up, cuz niggas literally ain't used to have shit. I don't know why this motherfucker beeping, bro. Like, go to the back. I cussed them niggas out in plenty of days. But this was senior year. This like, okay, I'm walking through it wasn't a strict senior year though. So I'm walking through there. I used to put my iPod in my little binder. It was one of them iPod Nanos. It was small. And I had a green case on it. So I just used to slide that motherfucker in my binder. It was some security guards that didn't check shit for real. So I used to always get it through them. But on this day, it was Miss Span. You know, she's searching every compartment of your shit. So I get there, I'm like, I already knew my shit was about to get took. Soon as she got my binder, she boom, 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 boom. Here. She handed my iPod to Mr. Granger. Yeah. I don't know if he was the other assistant principal. She handed it to him and said, "Here, put this up." He put it in his pocket. I remember this. And then Miss Span said, if you wanna get your iPod back, you're gonna have to bring your parent or guardian up here and they're gonna get it for you. So I was like, cool, whatever. So when the school day was over with, my granny come up there and I tell my granny, you know, I gotta get my iPod back. I goes to this office and I say, I'm here to get my iPod. He going through the desk like, hi, look. I say, bro, it was an iPod with a bright green case. You can't miss it, bro. He like, I don't see it. You sure it wasn't I'm like, I know what the I had. Give me my shit. He like, I say, and then I told him, I remembered him that he put it in his pocket. I say, bro, when Miss Span handed it to you, put it in your pocket. It's in your pocket. He looked in his pocket. It was like, it ain't in here. I was like, stop playing with me, dude. I was literally on. I was like, bro, stop playing with me, man. Give me my shit. He was like, I can't find it. I was like, all right, man, you gonna have to buy me another one. Then he gonna talk about some no. See, it ain't my response. Nigga, no, it is your responsibility. What the is you talking about, bitch? Give me my shit. And then Mike, you was the one who told me. Mike was like, bro, you know you got all the old school shit on there, nigga. You got Tupac on that motherfucker, Ice Cube and Too Short. He probably saw all the songs you had on that bitch and kept that motherfucker. I was like, bro, you so right, bro.
Because for frame of reference around the time period, like, so when we was in high school, when this went down, that was like 11, almost 12 years ago, right? So at the time, the out was like, senior year, the new boys and all that jerk shit was coming.
Fuck yeah.
Right? So we ain't really with that other than like being goofy and you know and goofing around with that shit, but we ain't really with that type of music. So we all like with old school shit like as we was coming up, like so his iPod is filled with all like 3-6 Mafia and all other kind of shit that we all grew up listening to. So Granger, the assistant principal, he around that age where he would have been like our age when Pac and all them was cracking, right? So that's why I told you, I'm like, he probably heard your shit and was like, oh, this that ill shit right here. Like,
Oh, me.
and kept your shit, right? Because mind you, when we came to his office like the next day, right?
Oh, I was on his ass every day.
We went in his office the next day, right as school ended, because after that whole incident, the first time he was like, oh yeah, meet me in my office after school tomorrow. He was like, cool. So I happen to be with you. We roll in there to get it. You was like, Granger, you got my motherfucking iPod? And he was like, he said, yeah, what'd you have, a Boost Mobile?
He kept saying that, G.
When he said this shit, it was like almost immediately after you said an iPod, right? And that's what was tipping me off, because every time you said, no, it was an iPod, he was like an iPod Nano or whatever. He was like, yeah. He would fumble through the drawer, and dude pulled out a Ziploc bag with like 20 iPods in that joint, right?
No, it was just MP3 players. There wasn't no iPods in that bitch.
Yeah.
And CD
And he
players
was
and
like,
shit.
And then he kept asking, like, what you got, a Boost Mobile? And he was like, nah, it's a motherfucking iPod, man. And I looked at you when we got in the hallway. I'm like, bro, the reason why your shit not here is because you got like dope music on there. The reason why all the rest of them shit in there is because all they got on there is motherfucking Soldier Boy and Crank That Batman. And
bullshit.
Oh, me.
He don't want to hear that bullshit. He want to hear motherfucking Bone Thugs. He don't want.
Oh,
to crank that Super Mario and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that was some horror shit.
Oh, me, bro. I was like, you bitch ass,
You
bro.
got that motherfucker back then, huh?
Right. But I, like I said, I was on his ass every day. It got to the point where I was like, you gonna have to buy me another one, bro. He was like, how much is it? Nigga, I paid like $160 for that shit. You feel me? Cause I was working up at the college and shit. So I had bread. So I was like, bro, you gonna have to buy me one, G. This nigga ends up giving me $40, bro. $40. I was like, you ass nigga, bro.
Man, we gotta find this now.
Oh, that pussy.
Don't mind, bitch ass.
And then it got to the point where I was just like, fuck it. Because that's the type of guy. And he lucky I wasn't one of them gang banging niggas, bro. Because them niggas would off the heat on anybody, bro. They don't give a fuck. Straight up, nigga. Granger would have been dead f***ing with like Chiploke or some shit. You hear
me? Granger lucky you wasn't any other in that school.
That's what I'm saying. And they knew that. So they was like, all right. Just like when that nigga Poe. Remember when I skipped that class, you and Eric came up there and was like, bro, what was her name? Miss Smith. She was like, she got a pizza party, bro. And you and Eric came up there and I was like, shit, I want some pizza. Left that shit.